What's going on, everyone? We're going to jump into some Ripple XRP specific stuff today. Ripple has now partnered with Mintable. Today we're excited to announce our investment in Mintable, an NFT marketplace that allows users to seamlessly create, buy, and sell digital items using fiat or cryptocurrency. As tokenization launches into mainstream, we believe the ability to digitally sign an asset, settle it on a blockchain, and receive real income from its subsequent sales will create the tipping point for widespread crypto adoption. In 2020 alone, consumers spent $54 billion on NFTs, and this is only the beginning. It says here, the XRP ledger, with its innate performance advantages and built-in decentralized exchange, is ideally suited to deliver a seamless experience for NFTs. In order to reach the next stage of growth, Mintable plans to integrate with the XRPL so creators can securely, sustainably, and efficiently sell their works. This is also true for users who wish to purchase NFTs and resell them. The federated consensus algorithm core to the design of XRPL ensures low-cost transaction and positive implications for sustainability. By being able to cut transaction fees down to 0.0004 cents on XRPL, Mintable recognizes the opportunity to offer a differentiated user experience that provides a competitive advantage in comparison to other marketplaces. In fact, the XRPL ledger consumes only about 790,000 kilowatt hours per year. I think that's what that stands for. And is already carbon neutral, which is far more efficient than proof of work networks that consume around 66 terawatts of energy per year. In a nutshell, its environmentally friendly attributes will allow billions of NFTs to be minted, bought, and transferred on the XRPL in a sustainable way. We couldn't be more excited to work with our friends at Mintable to provide creators and developers with a best-in-class experience and bring more participants into the blockchain ecosystem with NFTs. So I think that's awesome. One thing that's also awesome is that Mark Cuban backs Mintable. Just cool stuff. I'm not even going to really touch on all this stuff. You guys can check that out if you want, but I just think it's awesome that he is backing it. So, some big names involved here. Ripple always seems to be around these guys. Ripple Friendlos Temenos partners with fastest growing digital bank in Pakistan to build next gen banking solution. They will build and implement a digital banking platform with a completely new level of customer experience. Temenos to help UBL hyperscale its digital footprint in banking and to involve its top cloud product with UBL. So you got one of the biggest, fastest growing digital banks in Pakistan is going to be potentially using some of it. SBI says this bank picked Ripple's tech for international remittance. Our mission is to provide financial services centered on remittances to foreign residents, and we use Ripple's distributed ledger technology, which is characterized by speed of deposit and low fees. Does it say... Oh, let's see if it says anything. It doesn't go into the amount of volume they're doing anything, but it says notably the Asia Pacific region is gradually becoming the blockchain company's geographical forte. The popularity of Ripple's ODL has made it one of the most trustworthy choices in the international fund transfer space. I'm telling you guys, companies like InstaREM in the UK and BTech in Brazil have already successfully formed ODL bridges across the Atlantic Ocean using RippleNet. What's more, Lynx Global and FinFam also revealed that their new RippleNet-based ODL corridor between Australia and Vietnam a couple of weeks back. Bada bing, bada boom. So let's get into some of the court case stuff. Jeremy Hogan checks in here. I already stated that Hinman's deposition will occur, in my opinion. Interesting in this Ripple motion is some juicy details. Hinman meeting with the Ethereum Foundation and Consensus shortly after the Ether is not a security speech. See page 4 to 5. I would love to listen in on this deposition. So this deposition here is it's Ripple and individual defendants' response to the motion to quash Hinman's deposition. They don't want it to happen. It goes through a bunch of stuff. It's really worth the read. Pretty easy to find. Let's see here. Where are we at? What page am I on? Sorry, guys. There we go. That's why. So the high-ranking official doctrine does not bar Mr. Hinman's deposition because Mr. Hinman never was and certainly is not now a high-ranking official. They quote some cases on that to prove that point. I'm interested to see the judge's response. Mr. Hinman has unique first-hand knowledge relevant to claims and defenses in this case. Also very true. I thought that this part was pretty interesting, where it talks about how Hinman described the speech as newsworthy. Multiple currency exchanges decided to list XRP after the speech, suggesting it gave comfort that offers and sales of XRP did not run afoul of security laws. During the speech, Hinman invited industry leaders to communicate with him, noting that we are happy to help promoters and their councils work through these issues. There's reason to think that he did indeed speak with third parties before and after this speech, including when he personally met with and spoke with so-and-so, the principals of such and such. But the documents the SEC has produced are individual emails referring to particular meetings that do not include any full list of Mr. Hinman's communications with market participants, information that Mr. Hinman himself can provide. The SEC documents also show that these meetings occurred, just not what was said. And then it gets into Mr. Hinman's communications with the Ethereum Foundation, Consensus, and other third parties are relevant and discoverable. The court has ruled that the SEC statements to the market participants about the regulatory status of cryptocurrencies, including those related to Bitcoin and Ether, are discoverable because they are relevant to the court's eventual analysis with respect to the Howey factors relevant as to the objective view of the individual defendant, understanding and thinking about the aiding and abetting charge, and relevant to the fair notice defense that Ripple is raising. It has further ruled that the internal SEC communications, such as memos being sent up to high-ranking officials expressing the agency's interpretation or view on these matters, are discoverable to the extent not privileged, and has ordered the SEC to produce such documents, which they have really slacked on doing. They're really dragging their feet on all that. Playing off of that, digital asset investor, one of the OGs in this space, check this out. He put this video together, and I thought this was great.
With respect to regulation.
Keep in mind, this is, never mind, it says co-founder of Ethereum right there. I just want to make sure you guys knew that.
With respect to regulation, the SEC has developed a great understanding of the technology, and they're regulating improper issuances of securities, but they're not trying to stifle innovation, and many in the SEC are advocating for safe harbors or the idea of progressive decentralization, letting innovative projects go for a little while.
Well, as you know, Kelly, stocks represent an interest in an enterprise where there's a management team, and it's really, whenever you're buying a stock or a bond, you're relying on that management team.
And that's Mr. Hinman, who they're trying to drag into court right now.
Those are the third-party efforts we're talking about, where someone is creating value for you, you're passive, and you're expecting their efforts to generate a return.
So just to be clear, for example, a book of the month club that we're joining on an ICO, or a golf club membership, we're not expecting any financial gain there. That would not be considered a security, am I right?
Fair enough. If you have that system up and running, if you have someone promoting the next golf course and is selling interests, and the architect and the land and all the key items aren't there yet, and you buy 25 memberships, that may be an investment.
So for the audience that are non-technical people, right, and they want to invest into Ethereum, how can, first of all, how does that work? I mean, when you guys were gonna launch in February, now it's been put
right.
forth, you know?
So it's not the launch that we have. So we are going to start the Ether pre-sale in a couple of weeks. So the Ether pre-sale will be an opportunity for anyone to purchase Ether. For Ether is the internal currency inside of the Ethereum system, sort of like the XRP and Ripple.
Now, is there a big window of opportunity for people to get in, or is there just like a one-day opportunity?
No, it's something we're thinking of. It might be 45 days, it might be 30, it might be 60 days.
Okay, so there's
And
plenty of time.
have sort of an incremental thing, so the earlier you go
Yes, the earlier you get in, the better price you get.
So
I hope you, DAI, I hope you keep playing those clips until it finally sinks in. Jeremy Hogan had another tweet here. Why has the SEC closed settlement meeting be rescheduled 8 times? I would say because the Director of Enforcement appointed back in April designed after only a couple of days, and a new director was only appointed a few days ago to start on July 26th. And we got an article here from the SEC's website. SEC appoints New Jersey Attorney General Gerber S. Gruel as director and enforcement. And yeah, like Jeremy said, he's scheduled to come to work in July. So we'll be keeping our eyes on those dates. This is awesome. So this guy, Quincy Jones, I'm not sure where he popped out of. It kind of seemed like nowhere, but he is apparently a pretty skilled developer. He's shared with us his AWS certifications, all kinds of stuff. Been posting some really great content explaining this technology and how it works and what he sees as possibly being the roadmap forward. And I do believe in the process of all this, he actually has managed to get himself hired by Zenfin, I thought I saw somebody saying. And then I believe he had to sign an NDA, which is going to limit some of the stuff he can talk about as far as the... Sorry, I was rolling up a cord here in my studio. As far as some of the Zenfin related stuff, but I'm not sure how accurate all that is. It was just a quick thing I read. But either way, listen to what Brad Kimes over at Digital Perspectives did. An awesome video. You should go watch it. You should subscribe to both of these guys. Amazing content. But they provided a couple clips to give you some sneak peeks, and we're going to watch those now.
Whatever return to essentially operate these. But that's my own personal feeling. And the reason I believe this as a whole is because, well, if something like this didn't happen, you may argue that Ripple may be one of the most powerful companies on the planet, presuming that the demand reaches the overall presuming that the overall use case reaches the maximum peak demand of overall utility, that the enterprise solutions that are using the technology are using it to the maximum of their abilities.
Exactly. So
whatever return to essentially operate these. But that's my own personal feeling. And the reason I believe this as a whole is because, well...
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to let that loop. And he's got a couple more clips. DAI actually shared this. I don't know if he clipped it himself or what he did, but he did shout out credit, so that's probably what that was. But either way, these three guys right here, follow on YouTube and Twitter. Check out all their stuff. But listen to this. This is a possible scenario that could unfold for XRP holders. We'll see what happens, but something to keep in mind.
There could be a ruling, and I usually say it like this, that there could be a ruling where you have to be an accredited investor or you have to have some special license. And just like the milk derivatives example, did you know I'm pretty sure you have to have a Series 7 license, or it's one of the securities license or securities and commodities license just to be able to sell commodities. And it's one of those things where it's like, wow, literally to buy like soy and grain and rice and milk, from an infrastructural like commodity standpoint, you need to have a license to do so. And I can see the exact same thing happening with XRP, that either your organization needs a license, or you need a license, or need to be an accredited investor, or whatever it may be. This goes for most financial instruments. There's something like this. So this is why I say that people in the United States need to be wary. Now, there could be
people in the U.S. need to be wary. Ripple and XRP were mentioned in an official U.S. bill proposal. This is 2 years ago, but it's still, when you look at the fact, where's it at? Ripple's XRP was mentioned in relation to cross-border payment system and a proposed bill text. The pending action, a document on remittance transfers under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act, is still in discussion until January of 2021. The mention was immediately recognized as a potential positive for XRP on social media. And it basically suggested that Ripple may work alongside Swift. The continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payments messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a proprietary virtual currency XRP, which can be used to effect settlement of those transfers. The Bureau also believes that the expanded adoption of Swift's GPI product or Ripple's suite of products could similarly allow banks and credit unions to know the exact final amount that recipients of remittance transfers will receive before they send the transfer. And you are starting to see some of the stuff that's coming out now. It looks like it's going to potentially be XRP, XLM, and XDC could all be working in tandem as like three almost like cornerstones, if you will, of the new financial system. That's obviously it's still speculation at this point. It's not financial advice. It's not insider knowledge. You know, I got like 105 followers. I don't have insider knowledge. But that is what I'm seeing and what it looks like is happening to me. Biden administration developing cryptocurrency regulation, Treasury to provide direction to the SEC. The Biden administration is reportedly developing a regulatory framework for the cryptocurrency markets. The new chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, is waiting for the direction from the Treasury to establish cryptocurrency regulation. That's as much as we're going to read on this article, but I want you to just hold on to that thought and then listen to this.
Even here in the U.S., the Department of Justice has viewed XRP as a currency, and the Department of Treasury has viewed XRP as a currency. Even here in the U.S., the Department of Justice has viewed XRP as a currency, and the Department of Treasury has viewed XRP as a currency.
DOJ and Treasury have already declared Ripple a cryptocurrency. Just keep that in mind, guys. Now they're waiting on Treasury. You know, we also know that former Treasurer Rosie Rios now sits on the board of Ripple. You know, there are no coincidences, especially when there's this many of them. It's just, it doesn't, you know, this is a trail of breadcrumbs that I don't even know if it's intentionally being left behind. I think these people are so used to doing things in broad daylight and nobody noticing that, you know, maybe it's all this technology and social media biting them in the ass. I don't know what it is, but I'm here for it. And again, not financial advice, but with that being said, here XRP sits 64 cents. You look here, I put this line up here to show kind of some of that 3-year resistance that we really struggled with a while back. You can see that when we originally broke down from the all-time high in 2018, found support here, we were able to kick back up, and you know, it just crashed through, tried to get back through again, and then just totally capitulated out of there. You can see here where it candled up and got rejected, and then from, you know, September of 2018 until the 5th or sometime in December last year, November rather, it popped up briefly, got rejected again. Then we got rejected again on January 31st, again in February, twice in February it looks like, and then finally in April we were able to break through, and that's when all this was going on. Now it looks like you got like a little double tap back test, breaking down the support, coming right back up and rebuilding support from what it looks like if you get in here a little closer. So with that being a 3-year resistance, it should be a pretty strong support level too. So I'm hoping you can see where we went up and we're kind of doing a little dance on top of it right now. Hopefully that can hold and we can be on to some better days, because I know everybody is getting tired of this. I really hope it's not shaking you guys out or anything. Stay focused. The fundamentals have not changed. Just remember that. At all. At all. And then here's a little tidbit for you guys that you guys might find interesting. It's about the Ripple escrow unraveling the mystery. And it goes into how Ripple created 55 escrows with $1 billion XRP in each one. Every month one gets released. They can use it, sell it to exchanges, to strategic partners, and the rest of it goes back into a new escrow. And it basically has it set up to where it says in 43 months, Ripple has released 43 billion XRP, of which 35.5 billion have went back into escrow. Ripple has re-escrowed an average of 825 million XRP every month. And it just goes through and talks about some of that stuff, shows you some wallets, past and future escrows. You know, it's all very transparent. Ripple's always been very transparent. And it's, you know, here we go. Ripple has been very transparent as far as its sales are concerned. Every quarter it publishes a quarterly report, shows exactly how much XRP sold during that time frame. As you can see in the graph below, Ripple's sales in USD were the most from Q3 2018 to Q2 2019. Toward the end of Q2 2019, Ripple announced it would start using a different approach to XRP volume reporting, and that it would take a more conservative approach to the sales. Indeed, in the last 5 quarters, Ripple sales appear to be significantly lower. So, but the conclusion of this article is whenever you see a news outlet claiming that Ripple is about to dump 1 billion XRP, you should know that that is never the case. Ripple has maintained a very conservative approach with maximum transparency. As mentioned in the Q4 2019 report, Ripple continues to focus solely on its over-the-counter sales with a few strategic partners who are building XRP utility and liquidity in strategic regions, including EMEA and Asia. Ripple is determined to get more RippleNet members and on-demand liquidity and XRP, and it is taking all the necessary steps to achieve that. And with that, I'm going to bed, guys. This video might not even post till the morning, but either way, I got some more coming for you tomorrow, and stay positive, guys. I'm telling you, we are so close. It's not financial advice, but it really is what I believe at my core.